y'all gonna say time, all right? Once upon a time. That's what I like to hear right there. Y'all keep it going. Once upon a time, there used to be a man named Anansi. Y'all know about Anansi? The Spider-Man, right? The first Spider-Man. Before Peter Parker, that Anansi right there? I'm just messing with y'all. All right, so it was a man. He wasn't no spider yet. This is the story of how he became a spider. It was a man named Anansi. And Anansi was a greedy fella. He loved to eat all the time. Like, what is life if you can't eat? So there came a time where things was dry, wasn't no rain, wasn't nothing happening. It wasn't nothing but sun all day. Everything was dried up. But the village did their best to harvest and grow what they can. And Anansi got tired of working in that hot sun for a little bit of food. So he decided to play sick for a while. Told everybody he just didn't feel well. He ain't had the energy to go out there and work. He too old for all that. So the family and friends, they went, they harvested food, they brought all the food. But they noticed every time the food was done, Anansi was healthy enough to eat 2-3 servings. He ain't do none of the work, but he eating all the food. So the family got together and said, Anansi, you gotta pull your weight around here, man. We're gonna send you off to look for a place that's not having famine. We're gonna send you off to look for some food. And Anansi said, all right. So he got his boat, jumped in his boat, went on sailing. And while he was sailing his boat down the river, he sang a song to keep the time passing. Oh zing zing, oh za, oh zing zing, oh za, oh bakaria, oh yeah, oh bakaria, oh yeah. He was singing about getting a fresh vid and all that, you know what I'm talking about. So he's singing and he's rolling and he's rolling and he's singing and he sees a house in the middle of the river. And Anansi says, let me stop by this house. He goes to the house in the middle of the river and he knocks on the door. He says, man, my name's Anansi. I'm very hungry. I've been traveling for days. And I just need some food to eat. The old lady was a witch. She said, Anansi, I knew you were coming. I have something for you. It's a pot. The pot is made magically. All you have to do is hit the pot and say, break it, and food will appear. But you have to take the pot back home to your people and share it. Anansi said, okay, we'll do. So he grabbed his pot, put it in his boat, and he rode on back home. Oh zing zing, oh za, oh zing zing, oh za, oh bakaria, oh yeah, oh bakaria, oh yeah. And this time he was really into his song because he knew he was gonna have some money and all kind of things once he brought this food home. So Anansi gets home and he brings the pot in the house, but nobody was home. And Anansi couldn't wait to eat. So he hit the pot, he said, bring it in. And food, all kinds of food. Breads and fruits and meats and fish and all kinds of food just was coming out the pot onto the table. And Anansi was just eating and eating and eating as fast as the food was coming out. By the time his family got home, he had eaten up all the food. He decided, let me hide this pot. It'll be my little secret. So Anansi didn't share the pot. He let his family and friends work out in the fields, and they did all that harvesting and cooking. And he still ate this extra shares on top of what was coming out of his magical pot. And one day, Anansi was just having a ball, just breaking it. He did it so much, the pot cracked, and no more food came out. And Anansi said, what do I do? He said, I know, I'm gonna go back to that lady. So he got in his boat. Oh zing zing, oh za, oh zing zing, oh za, oh bakaria, oh yeah, oh bakaria. And he got to the old lady's house and she said, Anansi, I've been waiting for you. He says, oh good, you got another pot for me? She said, no, I don't have a pot. I have this magical stick. And when you hit it, you say break it there. And it's gonna do the same thing as the pot. And Anansi was happy. He didn't even say thank you to the old lady. He just grabbed his stick and he jumped in his boat. And he didn't even wait to get home to say, break it then. He hit the stick, he said, break it then. And the stick just started popping, pop, 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 all the way till he got home. And by the time he got home, he had been beaten so bad, all his bones were broken. His arm was broken into pieces, and he just had to put himself back together before his family found out, you know? You know when you sneak and do something, you try to like lay down and get yourself right before people find out? Come home. So that's what he did. He laid down, trying to get himself together. And he laid in that corner and fell asleep. He slept. They couldn't even recognize him. He was so broken. All his legs and arms was all over the place. It looked like he had 8 arms and legs. And so he was so embarrassed, he just hid in the corner and built him a little well. And that's where he stays to this day. Y'all get it? Y'all like the story?